Have you ever noticed that our entire lives seem to be played out in a grand game of labeling? From the day we are born, we are taught, this is sweet, that is bitter, this is success, that is failure. Gradually, these labels become our armor, but they also become our shackles. We strive, we rage, and we wallow in self-pity for these labels. Yet we never stop to ask, do these things actually exist? Today, we delve into the Zen classic, the family instructions of the illusory dwelling, combined with a profound teaching on the computer screen to deconstruct the truth of life. If you feel overwhelmed by stress, find your emotions being jerked around by the world, or are struggling to break free from desire, the following dialogue may completely overturn your perception of reality. Let us enter the gate of great liberation together and look at what we have long ignored, the glass pane of life. What is the gate of great liberation? In the instructions, it is said, this is the gate of great liberation. Why is this illusory method called the great liberation? Because it is great, it fills the void, permeates the Dharma realm, and encompasses the entire universe. Most importantly, one liberation is total liberation. Ordinary people cling to eating, drinking, and pleasure. If you try to liberate yourself from these desires one by one, the numbers are vast, and each takes a lifetime. But this method is different. It is great in substance, volume, and scale. It allows for a total, instantaneous liberation at a single point. If you clearly recognize and master this illusion, you don't just enter the gate of liberation, you enter the gate of great spontaneity. You can manifest everything, and you can dissolve everything instantly. When we speak in these technical terms, people often feel lost, as if wandering through a thick fog. So, let's use an example right in front of us, the computer screen. Eat great entanglement, the 3D cocoon of your own making. Whether you are typing text, creating images, or watching a movie on a computer screen, humans generally seek out what they love most: food, drinks, entertainment, whatever you enjoy. You obsess over. When watching a series, you skip the parts you dislike and watch the parts you love repeatedly. You input information from the screen, and it is then input into your brain. The more you input, the deeper it is memorized. Afterward, when you have nothing to do, you replay these movies in your mind, often casting yourself as the lead. What is this? This is the establishment of entanglement, total bondage, with no will to leave. This is the method of great entanglement. This entanglement isn't a flat web. It is four-dimensionally solid. You are trapped in the center, like a silkworm spinning a cocoon around itself. 4. A silkworm. The cocoon is a biological necessity for you. This cocoon is the beginning of suffering, because you store these void images in your heart, and with them imagining how high your status is, or that you are an emperor. You spend your days in fantasy and your nights in dreams. Trapped here, your studies, career, and family life cannot flourish. It leaves you to walk toward extinction in lonely isolation. 3. Recognizing the glass pane. The path to liberation is established in the same way. But the key is that you must recognize the truth. Does the pleasure of food and drink that you love actually exist? Does that favorite video clip actually exist? If it did, why does it vanish the moment you turn off the power? Try it, turn it off, and even the screen is gone. It is merely a pane of glass. The screen can display images only because the computer applies a function to it. Your self-nature is the same. Though it is called emptiness, it is not actually empty. It has the capacity for perception, seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing. It can use this capacity to entangle you in endless pain, or it can use it to liberate you from all suffering. Look closer. Do those images on the screen truly exist? No. They are phenomena in a state of constant arising and ceasing, modifiable, replaceable, and perishable. This is called illusion. Once you recognize it as an illusion, why do you still cling to whether this character is good or that one is bad? Why do you get angry or feel lust when you see them? It is just a pane of glass. What are you feeling lust for? Why are you getting angry? It is because we mistake the false for the true and lose ourselves in external objects. You are an illusory image on the screen, and the pleasures before you are also illusory images. Can one illusory image truly eat another? It seems like it, but it never actually happens. You are glass, and the object is glass. For glass to be angry at glass isn't that a form of madness? I view perception as labels, the origin of suffering. Where does this attachment come from? It is built through perception, knowledge and view. Think back, at the moment of birth, you knew nothing of this world. Then, the adults gave you a taste of sour, sweet, bitter, and salty. A baby's reaction is simply curiosity. That is the first taste. As you grow, you watch adults eat and hear them say what is good and what is bad. From then on, you establish this knowledge and this viewpoint. You carry this perception your whole life, struggling, fighting, working, and seeking partners for the sake of these views. Remember, it is something you build. If you hadn't built it, it wouldn't exist. It is like the text you type or the images you design on a screen. In themselves, they have no inherent good or evil, right or wrong. It is only because you define them that they become something. Definition is entanglement. You define this as good, another defines that as good. Thus, contradictions, rights and wrongs, and conflicts arise. Originally, there is not a single thing. Where can the dust lies? There is no inherent conflict. It only exists because you established a thing and gripped it tightly. The enter in the gate, death of the mind, extinction of the view. Finally, who can enter this gate of great liberation? You need two legs, right knowledge and right view. When you thoroughly realize that you have been deceiving yourself knowing that these things were never there and that it was just illusory images fighting on a screen, the mind that mistook the false for the true gradually dies away. This is called the death of the mind and the extinction of consciousness. Then, you will find your attachments, emotions fading and your views withering. You used to be deeply sentimental about food and drink, but now you know that was a form of madness. So the sentiment naturally dissolves. All false views wither away. Such a person can then step into the great illusory method. If you have even a hint of clinging consciousness left, if you still think it's real and try to shake hands with the ancients in the sea of true silence, you are like a firefly trying to lean against the sun. You are simply not in the same category. After total liberation, you can establish great spontaneity. You can input text at will without error or confusion. This is called mastery of the input method. Establish right knowledge and right view first, and everything else follows. Conclusion. After hearing this teaching on the glass pane, how does your heart feel right now? As the master said, the reason we are tired is that we are constantly acting crazy within the illusion. We feel lust and anger toward images on a screen, forgetting that we are actually sitting outside the screen. If you can understand that the things causing you pain or driving your frantic pursuits are just labels you personally slapped on, then liberation is right here in this moment. Death of the mind is not coldness. It is simply no longer being deceived by lies. Withering of views is not ignorance. It is the calm of having seen the truth. Next time you feel anxious or wronged, try to turn off the power in your heart. You will find that those conflicts, those bitters and sweets, never actually left a single mark on that pure, clean pane of glass. This is the Buddha Practice Association of Australia podcast channel. May we all grow the true legs of right knowledge and right view, and live with true spontaneity within the illusory method. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.